All right, guys. New topic, new subject. We don't hit it like this. If you don't understand what this means, you need to stop contracting. This is detrimental to your life, gang. Understand that collateral is also the proceeds. That's crazy work. I'm gonna get it in a second before I go to talking. Share a lie with your friends, goddamn it. Whenever you contract, you create collateral every single time. However, you say grow you, don't sweat, beloved. Don't sweat. I'm gonna help you out. Every time you sign a contract, you establish what's called collateral. However, you don't understand what collateral is and also what collateral can do for you. Whenever you go out there and get a application, you go get an account with somebody at that institution, you just created what's called credit. A credit is established through your security interest. Remember, in this world, in order to play that game properly, you got to start talking balance. Security interest is your interest in the security. Federal income tax is the income tax on the feds. State income tax is the income tax on the state. You don't owe anybody anything, especially being the fact that you always establish collateral. When you understand that application that you signed, that account that you got, all of that shit is collateral, guys. And you can use collateral to offset the principal obligation. What's sad in anybody? I just want to teach you a little word, show you a little word, show you how every time you sign a contract, you go into an engagement. Says collateral means the property subject to a security interest. Now, when we get done with this slide right here, I'm gonna show y'all a contract for a vehicle. All you got to go do is read your contract where it's talking about the security interest, and you will see that you're giving them rights to that security interest. Rights to that security interest allows them to collect, deposit, transfer, assign, convey to somebody else. That's why if you default on the loan, they're able to sell the contract to somebody else, and then that somebody else ends up calling you. Somebody you ain't got no dealings with, no business with, you don't even know who they are, but they calling you asking you for some money. You dig? That's because the collateral has been assigned to them. Says collateral means the property subject to a security interest or agricultural lien. The term includes all proceeds to which a security interest attaches, which is accounts. You got a social security account, chattel paper. That's a definition y'all gonna have to get into. Payment intangibles and promissory notes that have been sold. Huh. All of that should register to you in a sense that, damn, hold on. When I opened the contract for the when I opened the when I signed the contract for the account, it was a promissory note for a car, mortgage note. It was a promissory note. If you asking for a service from somebody and you get to run up the service and then pay them later, you've established credit. But you're supposed to go secure your interest in the credit. That's your issue. Without you securing your interest, ain't that happening for you, gang. All right, now watch this. Don't read your contract. I bet you'll say something of the same shit like this. See, they told you they was gonna take a security interest in the car. That's what you thought. It was only gonna be security interest in the car. No, the security interest is in everything. And they told you that it secures your obligations for the payments made. You did. The reason for my class Friday is to show you how to secure that interest, gang. Simply put, understanding how to negotiate paper. Pushing P don't mean pushing peace. It don't mean pushing player shit. It mean pushing paper. You learn how to push paper. You gotta think. You go to the store. You go to the store and you buy something to drink. You end up giving them $1. You give them something in exchange for this right here. You did. You're not paying a debt. You're only securing your right to the debt. By securing your right to the debt, now you have a right to collect on that debt. But you got to understand what a debt collector is according to the United States, though. A debt collector includes any creditor who, in the process of collecting his own debts, uses any name other than the name which would indicate other than his own, which would indicate that a third person is collecting on his behalf. Think about it. Your social security person went to go get the car. He ended up selling his security interest, his debt. He sold his debt to a trust, to a business, and then the business wrote him in, wrote the dealership, wrote the bank, wrote the realtor company. I am such and such on behalf of such and such, such and such. This debt has been placed in my possession. We're willing to settle at such and such amount. This is notice of a collection of a debt. You did. You supposed to be collecting your own shit. All them debt collection notices that you get, them debt collection calls that you get, you're supposed to be that guy calling them. It's not supposed to be vice versa, guy. You collect your own debt, guy. This is from the Fair Debt Credit Reporting Act. Learning how to operate in the private is understanding who you are behind closed doors. Understanding how to give value and consideration. Understanding that a sale is a transfer. A transfer is just simply giving somebody something. You did. You're not supposed to be paying bills, bro. Or if you are gonna pay bills, pay them properly. Security interest, collateral, value, consideration, money, funds, price. All of those are words y'all need to get comfortable with. I'm waiting on my partner though to get here so we can really get it in. But am I making sense to you? Do you understand what I'm trying to convey to you guys? I guarantee if you learn how to secure your funding, you can secure your family, you can secure everybody around you. All this shit that we going through, it's all financial. Every single one of us, it's all financial. You dig? If we can change our financial circumstances, guys, we can stand back in our royalty. We can stand back in our divinity. It's not only gonna take your funding, fam. It's gonna take us reconditioning our mentals. You dig? As long as we have the ability to think, as long as a motherfucker ain't charging your ass to think, everybody should be reading as much as they can, engaging in as much as they can. Shalom, shalom to you all. Oh, okay, okay, okay. I did that. But anyway, yeah, learn to secure your interests and all this shit, man. Learn what a core and satisfaction is. You're supposed to go into the dealership. You're supposed to go into the realtor company. You're supposed to go in everywhere with your wishes. You got to think. Every contract that they giving you to sign is what they wish. They telling you terms and conditions. They telling you how much they gonna pay you. They telling you how much they gonna give you. They telling you everything. And we're just ignorantly agreeing to everything. You did. We gotta learn how to play this game for real, for real. Shalom, shalom, beloved. Accord is the agreement. Satisfaction is the terms that y'all came to. To put it into perspective, you're supposed to walk into a dealership. You're supposed to walk there wherever the hell you want to go. But you're supposed to tell them how you wanted to acquire the property. You're supposed to tell them what you were going to be using to pay for the property. And you're supposed to be telling them how much you're willing to negotiate for the property. You dig? You are supposed to be in control. Everybody keep acting like they ignorant though. Shalom, beloved. Did you mean to come on stage?
I didn't. It was on accident.
All right,
And I'm trying to get down. So, okay, I'm listening in though.
all right. Yeah, as I said, if you simply learn how to secure your obligations properly, learn how you got to look at it like this, y'all. Your social security person is rich Uncle Penny Bags. However, he can't walk, he can't talk, he can't sign at the for himself, he can't do nothing. So he needs you, all right? He said, hey, whenever you ready to start doing business in life, you can use my name and this account number. All right. Now, you need to make sure you separate yourself from me because if you don't separate yourself from me, you're gonna have to pay my bills. And my bills are already paid for by the people who created my account number. But if you use me properly, you can get whatever you want. You say, how you figure that? Social Security person say, I want you to go to Title 31 of the Code of Federal Regulations, 31 CFR. I want you to look up the definition of, hold on, another no license claim. This time he didn't even write the ticket. I don't understand. Phone bill good, and I just be phone bill good, and I just beat another no license claim. This time he didn't even write the ticket. Yeah, no sweat. Congratulations, beloved. You did. I don't get tickets and whatnot, but hey, I guarantee if you do a common law copyright, place it on the record in the county that you digging it. Just state I'm sorry. I told him check with your supervisor or the judge or somebody I called. County. I'm good. And then you're right too. I just went on. Um, there you go. Yeah, you know a warrant is a remittance, right? A remittance ain't it's basically they got a hit on your head. You can get paid for that warrant. Every every state every state has a bank that all of the warrants go through. You can gain the possession of that stock, the shares in that warrant. If you go to like I think it's sec.gov, type in common share stock, common warrant stock, or something like that. Yeah, you can look up the bank that handles all of the warrants in your state on the SEC. And they're gonna have a form. They're gonna have a form that you can print. And it's gonna show that you can actually make a claim to the entire warrant. That's the only reason somebody coming at you. They just want to get paid. Pay the warrant, everybody straight. You know? You got to think the U.S. debt, that wasn't because of the government outstandingly just spending money. That was because of the ignorance of its citizens. Its citizens do not know how to utilize the debt securities. They don't know how to utilize their own credit. They don't know how to leverage credit for real tangible things. So the government, to help the public, has to produce more and more and more and more and more and more money. The more money they produce, the less it actually is worth. The less it's worth, the more things cost. So in every essence, it's honest that the eggs are actually the same price that they were in 1928. And it's only because it's a balance. The more dollars that they have to put into society, registration, do I send the have a day to you? She said no, I don't know what she's on. So anyways, I forgot what I was talking about. Fuck it. Learn to secure your engines, gang. Learn to operate as a secure party. This was actually explain what is happening right now. I mean, I explain this stuff in the best way that I can put this. You know, I don't know how else to paint the picture for y'all. But it makes a lot of sense to me. You did, and I know how to put it into a frame for you. You know, you just got to be willing to see. You know, we live in a world where people follow laws they've never studied, they've never looked into. You know, we live in a world where people are crying. As I was stating, the debt rate of the nation is not on the government; it's on the people. You know, it's only, as I said, it's only trying to balance itself out. The more dollars that they have to push out, the less the dollar is worth. And it's only because the dollar is becoming common, so common. The things that are rare cost a lot or have a lot of value. The more dollars they have to put out, the more people are realizing this is not worth anything. I'm going to need more dollars to actually suffice for what I'm putting out, what I'm producing, you know. So if we, the public, if we understood how to use the dollars properly, we would be able to send those back to the treasury, tell them to shred that, cancel that. This no longer needs to circulate. To understand circulation, let's just say three of y'all on here owed each other $60. And I came and gave one of y'all $10, free of charge, no lien, no encumbrance, um, being transparent. It's yours. It's a gift. You go to put it in your pocket and your friend says, hey, you owe me $20. Sign up. Say, damn, you know what? I'm gonna give you 10 and I'm gonna give you 10 later. Friend says, all right, no problem. Goes to put it in his pocket. Other friend says, whoa, same thing. You owe me 20. What's up with mine? Friend says, you know what? I'm gonna give you 10, owe you 10 later. Gives it to him. Friend owes you 20. Says, hey, remember that 20 I owed you? I got 10 now. I'll give you 10 later. Said, all right. Now, this is called circulation. Your $10 hasn't left the circle. Y'all, it's still in all of y'all's possession, or at least rightfully yours. This money has come back to you in full circle. So you have the bright idea that, you remember that $20 I owed? I mean, that $10 I owed you? I got the other 10. Say, damn, that's crazy. All right. He said, wait, wait, wait. You still owe me. Say, you know what? Here's that $10 I owed you. Say, damn, ain't this about a bitch? Hey, bro, you remember that 10 I owed you? Here you go. One $10 bill has cleared 20, 40, $60 in debt via circulation. Now you can keep it in your circle by saying, hey, I'll loan you $10 for 20 back or 15 back or however much your interest is, right? You have an interest in what you've loaned him. And as long as your interest is outstanding, it's out there. As long as your interest is out there, all right? As long as your interest is outstanding, there's a fee until it returns because you're an investor. Investors put their money somewhere else. Investors put their money somewhere else in hopes of a return, a greater return, right? It's like it makes no sense to say I'll loan you such and such. It makes no sense because the loan is a service. This is something that they didn't have. The loan is a cash advance. This is something that they didn't have readily available that they need now that they'll be able to come back with later. And you, for committing the service, you like, yo, shoot me, whoop, whoop, you know? All right, cool. Return with my Doty. All right. So that's how we keep the money in circulation. You know, then he goes out, buys some property with that $10. He understands that he can make that $10 turn into 30. All right. So therefore he can come back with his 15. And now he has 15 of his own. But then he says, hey, loan me another 15. Loan me 15. Gets his 15, combines it together into 30, turns it into 100. Comes back with his probably what he wanted, 25 for the 15. Gives him his 25. Now you got $75 from nothing. This is leveraging credit. Now, what is credit? Credit is all face value. Simple. Credit worthiness. Your credit report shows how well you handle business, how well you manage credit. Can you get something from thin air and bring it back? A lot of people get loans and they go out and immediately spend this money. It's not what you're supposed to do. If you get a loan, you're supposed to go and invest in whatever it is you're trying to do. So therefore there can be a return. And now you can come back with you had nothing. Honorably, it will be honorable to return with something for what you got. But now you're able to invest either with the investor or continue investing in yourself, just building your worth, building your value, building your stock, building your capital. Okay? Because once you're done with the loans from him, because remember it started out as $10, 10 for 15. So for every $10 you gave him, he wanted five back. $10 he gave you, he wanted five back. All right. So what you do, okay, is you went and invested that, what, you have $80, you gave him 20. You go and invest your dough. When you invest your dough, you're able to you have capital now. This is what is yours. It didn't come from anybody else. It don't belong to somebody else. This is your return from the original investment, the $10. All right. So now you have capital. All right. You go and invest your $80 and turn your 80 into 360. All right. When you turn your 80 into 360, you buy some equipment. But you say, hey, bank, the equipment is going to literally cost me $380. Can you give me a loan for, and this is going to be a secured loan. Watch this. can I get a secured loan for about 500? All right. And the reason you want to get at least 10% more, 20, 15, 20% more than what you're asking, what you actually need, is so you can actually make payments when it's time to make payments, just in case your return hasn't returned. All right. This is all being responsible. Okay. So, and then this is also, you never deal with funds that you don't have the ability or have. It's like gambling. You know what I'm saying? You don't go gamble with something you need. All right. All right. So you don't want to you're gonna spend your 380, but you don't want to be completely broke. All right. So you go buy the equipment and you say that you're gonna use as for collateral the equipment. Bank has no problem with it. Remember, collateral is the substitute form of payment in case of default. All right. So you go and you get the equipment, you inventory it in your stuff. Now this equipment, this $380 equipment, this is gonna bring you in at least 1,000 a week. All right. So you're really not tripping on this 380. All right. So the first week passes, you get right on it. You don't owe your first payment for 30, at least another 3 weeks. All right. So you go ahead in good faith, you go ahead and secure your obligation because you don't want to lose your inventory. All right. Now, whole time you're building a relationship with the bank. Okay, give me just a second. All right. Whole time you're building a relationship with the bank, credit worthiness. All right. The bank is seeing that you can handle certain amount of funds. The bank is seeing that you actually pay back these funds on time. And the bank is also understanding that whenever you put money into their bank, you're creating an asset for them. So you're giving them value itself. And the more you pay on time, they're able to secure those obligations for themselves as well on the secondary market. So if you keep doing your thing, they get to keep doing their thing, and everybody keep to get making money. You feel me? The bank don't make no money if ain't nobody coming in, opening up accounts and making deposits. All right. And you got to understand, in every essence, in every instance, it's you loaning the bank something. They're not loaning you anything. All right. Remember this. You open an account and you make the deposit. Every bank, according to Title 12 of the United States Code, every bank is mandated to have a what is called a reserve. All right. In that reserve, they are to keep at least 10% of what the value of their bank is. All right. So what the bank does to secure that, to make sure that they're straight, let's just say you end up coming and putting $10,000 in your bank account. The bank is going to do what's called, I think this is hypothecation, or it might be fractionalized bank. It might be fractionalized. Yes, it is. It is fractionalized banking. The bank is going to do what is called fractionalized banking. By fractionalizing your account, they're going to take, let's say you put in 10,000. They're going to take 9,000 of that and place it into their reserve. 1,000 of that is going to be free to you. Now, what you're not going to see is the 10,000 subtract or reduce, because they create what are called sub accounts. All right. Now, this sub account is connected to savings. This sub account is connected because it's a mirror. It's a direct reflection. When an asset goes in, so does a liability. Let's okay. $10,000 just came into their possession, asset, but it's also a liability because it's not their funds, it's yours. All you have to do is say, "Hey, give me my 10,000 back." Once you say, "Give me my 10,000 back," they are obligated to a debt of yours now. So it's a debtor creditor relationship. You're the creditor, they're the debtor. You're the lender, they're the borrower in every essence. You're actually, by you depositing funds into their institution, you're bailing them out of bankruptcy. Does that make sense? This is why you actually can make claim to your FDIC insurance policy. If it weren't for you coming in, extending your credit, extending your value, they would have no value or worth themselves. Go look at the bank that you bank with and look at the portfolio. Look at their investment portfolio, and they'll tell you how much they have in assets, how much they have in liabilities, how much they have in unsecured debts. This is why you file a 1099 where your bank out the taxes every year for your deposits through the year? Absolutely, beloved. Because you want all of what you just lent them back. Give it back. All of your deposits, yo. Facts, they're getting credits off of your deposits. Yes, because they do fractionalized banking, and then they do hypothecation. The hypothecation is I come in and I need, sorry to be hollering at my bank right now. Word. So they do hypothecation. Hypothecation is, hold on just a second. All right, so they do what's called hypothecation. All right. Hey, shut alive, man. You feel me? Fuck with me, hold me down. Goddamn. But so they do what's called hypothecation. After they fractionalize your account, they do what's called hypothecation. The hypothecation is I'm somebody new now. I come into the bank and I'm like, yo, I need $10,000. You feel me? The bank is gonna go into their reserve account, okay? But they're gonna use your application to secure a reason for going into their reserve. Because they gotta put that money back. Okay? This is not their money. This is the money of the depositors of the bank. You don't owe them. Okay? But you got to understand, even me coming in asking for a loan, I'm depositing a application. The application ends up being converted. Now let's express conversion, right? So I need a money order. I need a money order from the bank, okay? Or from Circle K, CVS, whatever. I need the money. MoneyGram, whatever. In order to receive that, I have to exchange either my swiping of my access device. I probably got some dollars in my pocket. Okay. In order to go through with it, they are gonna want me, in order to go through with it, they are gonna want me to also uh pay them a service fee. Shalom, beloved.
Hello.
Did you mean to come on stage?
No, I meant it. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
Yeah,
I'm
we
good.
live. Shalom.
Yo,
So
what's
what you
that?
talking about?
I'm talking about banking.
You know banks' powers and duties?
I know a bit. I know a thing or two.
Okay.
What's going on? Would you have a question for me or something?
No, I was interested what you have up here because I study law too, so I'd like to engage in a conversation with you.
Absolutely. What you got? You got a question? Or you can just
Powers and duties of the bank. She said she knows something.
Yes, sir.
talk to me.
Enlighten us, young one.
Say they gotta borrow something, right?
Wait a minute,
Uh-huh.
Come on,
Talk to
Yoda.
me.
hold on. So what is it? 15 USC? No, it's actually 12.
Yeah,
You,
15 is
Mm,
consumer law. Title 12 gonna be banking. 11 is bankruptcy.
no,
mm-hmm.
it's 12 USC 1431 banks and duties.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Yeah.
Just wait till you read 412 or 411 and 412.
What'd you say?
12 USC 411 and 412.
412, 411, 412.
Mm-hmm.
Which one is that? What's that?
Oh, you ain't read 412, then that means you also you didn't click the sub link to 432, and you
Mm-hmm.
see how you can actually see when you go into the bank or somewhere, you probably ask for a money order, but you're supposed to say these things backwards and ask for an order. I mean, excuse me, and order money. But in order to order money, you have to
Purchase
provide
money.
collateral.
Yeah, purchase money security.
Hmm.
Everything got to
Purchase.
do with purchase money.
How long you been studying Title 12, beloved?
I've been studying like the Bill of Exchange. I've
No,
been
you
studying.
said banking and banking duties. How long you been studying Title 12?
It all ties into what I'm studying, like all together, like the Federal Reserve Section 16, Part 1 and 2.
What's your
That's
goal? Like, what's the
huh?
goal? What's the goal of studying this stuff? Like, what's your end goal?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, to my goal studying this is to not use my income as far as working. Um, like not using my income, like as
Okay.
a consumer, using my consumer rights.
Okay.
You
So
don't
you know that
you
16.
receive coupons and dividend statements?
Oh, you might as well repeat that.
I'm asking the sister. Before I continue to engage with her, I'm finna just
Right.
see what's saying.
Yeah.
Because
Mm-hmm.
I dig that you're studying, but I was up here talking, you dig? But anyways though, do you receive do you receive share dividend and coupon statements?
Statements. No, I don't. I didn't do that. Like I'm not doing that. I'm just
No,
learning how
listen
to
to me,
pay my
listen to me, listen
bills.
to me, listen to me. What I'm telling you is you don't make an income then.
I don't need to make an income.
I understand. I'm just helping your terminology. You say you don't want to use your income. You don't make an income to use that in the first place. You don't want to use your compensation. You don't want to use your remuneration from your services
Mm-hmm.
at your job.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay. So in order to do that, one has to comprehend the things that I was stating a little bit earlier in reference to securing your interest. Have you secured your interest at your job?
At my job, I don't have a I have a contract job. Like I only do like contract.
Okay.
None understood, but have you secured your interest in the contract?
No, I haven't did that. We're supposed to.
Yeah, you gotta UCC it. You
Mm-hmm.
gotta UCC your stuff.
She just gave you the game.
Yeah, put them on notice that you did that.
I
She
don't know.
just gave you the game.
I'm not into that. Like I just want to be not working no more. So
So
that's what
yeah,
I'm
I know
doing.
what
Well,
you're doing.
you
You
gotta be into it if you wanna not do it. You see, you can't.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be able to
Hold
just learn it
on.
and
Just a
just
second.
say I don't want
Just
to
a
pay
second.
bills or do this.
Beloved, I'm finna put you back to the audience, you know what I'm saying? Because I think you should do a bit more studying. You say you're not into
at the
something that you
beginning.
actually should be doing. But
Wait a minute. I
what's that?
so what I'm doing is like it's something that's already given to us with the birth certificate and all that crap.
Understood. Okay, wait. Can I stop you? Because I already know where you're going. Everybody is on the wave of the birth certificate, Social Security, Sesta K Trust, all of that. We get that's already understood. But what we trying to tell you is that
Deeper.
yeah, you gotta know operation. Knowing
Right.
that stuff is fine, but operation is key to actually knowing how to use the knowledge you know. You get what I'm saying? If you
Hmm.
don't know how to use it, then it's just no reason.
So check it out. I got a class for you, beloved. All right.
Perfect class.
Yeah, it's actually on the UCC. You need to get on the UCC. I don't think that was a wise statement to say. You need to understand the UCC.
That's what the banks use.
You need to understand the uniform before you fill out a form. You need to understand the Uniform Commercial Code. You say you don't want to use your wages, you don't want to use your remuneration, you don't want to use your compensation, you don't want to use your income, whatever word you got in your head. You don't want to use that. So in order to not use that, you have to understand how to secure obligations outside of those sources of funds.
Yeah.
All right. So in order to do that,
So you saying I
Hold
gotta
on, he about to show
secure
you. He
I'm
about to show
saying,
you.
well,
the obligations, which
yeah,
the
absolutely.
obligations are already secured. I just gotta learn how to
When?
even
Wait.
utilize.
How are they secured? When did they get secured? Do you
Yeah.
have proof?
Good
You got
question.
prima facie?
What'd you say?
You got proof of its perfection?
As I mean, all you're doing is reading
No.
Read what?
No.
what to do.
Listen. You going off
Okay,
of
but I'm
perfection.
asking you what to do. Okay, where did you read what to do in reference to how to perfect your security interest?
It's just in the federal laws. It's in the UCC laws.
No.
Okay, but what did you read there? Where did you read there? Are you? I don't want to do this with you, shout it. Look, I got a class for you. If you ain't reading, you know what I'm saying? I'm just being really real with you. Like.
Look. I'm just saying, it's so many ways to skin a freaking cat. Okay, I just want to let you know that
But
not
why we
everybody's
skinning
gonna.
cats, shawty? Why we skinning cats? That's very hard.
I'm just letting you know, like nobody gotta always be on your side, anybody's
No, no,
side.
no,
Like
no,
we
no, no,
all
no.
got
I'm
other
just
This ain't
saying
a
ways to do
side thing.
things.
It's a
that's definitely not it. I could care less. You dig me? I truly could care less. However, nonetheless, what I'm getting and gaining at you is I'm trying to say you don't know what you think you know, and if you do know what you know, you need some fine tuning of it. You dig
listen,
me?
listen, it's not about what's right, it's about what you can prove. How you gonna
This is
prove?
very true.
Exactly.
How are
Um,
you gonna prove you have a security interest in your 1% of the United States of America corporation that you claim that you have?
Right.
How you
And
proving that?
I'm already suing all these companies. That's what I'm saying. I'm
But
suing
how you
companies because they're
proving
breaching
that?
That's
Doug
not
gonna
the
contracts.
ask you the
question
same
because
thing I'm asking you. How you about to prove it?
They
And
breached
you
the contract.
how
you got.
you
you
about
don't.
to prove
I have
it?
a
You still
Hold
question.
on, Michelle. Hold on, everybody. Please go on mute. If you're not being spoken to, go on mute. Thank
you gotta understand. I'm talking to you like how you because you gotta go to court about this, right? When you trying to do this, what you talking about doing, you have to go stand on your square in front of a judge, a federal
I
judge.
did. I was trying to
Okay.
say that, sir.
Okay. So wait. So let me ask you. So let me ask you. If you already went to court about it, right? You say you already went to court to talk to a federal judge about your status,
I
correct?
filed it.
you.
Did you go stand and represent yourself about that status?
First I went to CFPB, uh, credit financial something bureau.
Hmm.
Yeah, one of them agencies. They help you out filing things. They'll help you, get your case together. And then I
That's
went
that's
there.
surface. That's surface of what we talking about. I'm talking about. Did you go to the court? Talk to
That's
a
what I'm
judge.
getting to, sir. Hold on.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say is, I
To the
did
meat.
it. I did it, and then they told me that that is a liable case. Like that's the case you can file. So I wanted to go and file it. So I went to federal
Are you
court
talking about
because
creditors? You talking
they went
about
against the
showing?
civil rights. Is you feel in civil rights when you're filing it. Like
Are
it's a
you
whole
trying to?
thing.
You talk about fixing
Are
credit?
you in federal court?
That's what I did. It's
Just
above
just a
ten
statement.
No,
thousand.
it sounds like you
Just
talking
a
about
statement. Yeah,
consumer.
hold on, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
Are you in federal court, beloved?
Sweetheart, I just filed it. Yes, yes.
All right, cool. No sweat. Do your thing. Good wishes to you. Okay.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
All right,
Absolutely.
so
Nonetheless, this
sweetness.
is not, hold on. Nonetheless, this is not about court. This ain't about none of that. Messy J, Messy J Rima. My live is about how to secure your interest in all of what you quote unquote think you owe to someone else. If we understand how to use what is called credit, we'll stay so far away from debt. Messy Dreamer, that's fire. Your name is I dig that now. Okay. So yeah, if we understood how to secure our interest in all of our quote unquote obligations, you wouldn't owe anybody anything. If you understood that naturally when you sign a contract and you place your social security, your name, your address, your phone number, email number,
Mhm.
when you place your source data on instruments, this becomes a valuable instrument for transfer.
Yep.
Now, hit your mute for me one time, beloved. When when it comes
How you
down
doing?
to, I got you. All right. So when it comes down to, let's say I wanted to secure, or excuse me, y'all would say, let's say I wanted to purchase a house. Let's say I wanted to purchase a vehicle. Let's say I wanted to purchase something. Me, I would state, let's say I want to secure something. Okay. Because I understand that they're not selling me the goods. They're selling me right to possess the goods. And my right to possess the goods is vested in the title. It's vested in the deed. It's vested in the document that starts the obligation. Does that make sense? So if I understand how to secure my investment where my power is vested, if I understood how to do that properly, if we understood how to do that properly, then you would stop going into the contracts, you stop going into the institutions like a debtor, and you'd start going in as a creditor. I want to show you something.
Yeah.
According to the Fair Debt Credit Reporting Act, the general rules and definitions of the word debt collector, it states, hold on.
Just to piggyback a little bit on what you're saying,
Mhm.
depending on where everybody's at, you should go into your state's code where the UCC is and find banking and deposits and start reading that. Because that's where all of your answers is going to come from when you trying to deal with the banks and do deposits with negotiable instruments.
Absolutely.
Tells you exactly how to deal with them, exactly what to write on the instruments, exactly how you're
Mhm.
supposed to deposit them, exactly what to say. Because like we
Yep.
were saying, money orders is nothing but a purchase money security interest, meaning you trying to purchase the money for the security interest in whatever it is that you just got the contract for, whether it's a car, whether it be whatever.
Whatever. Absolutely. And you're making it known and clear that you're using the chattel paper, the negotiable instrument that's going to be converted into the such as the form of payment to offset or to set off said
Right.
obligation.
It all depends on
See
how
what I'm
you
saying?
deposit. It all depends on how
Absolutely.
you deposit the instrument. How the instrument is deposited in the relationship you have with your bank will get you through every time.
This is why you should have an investment account or at least some establishment with the private banker of your account. I mean, of your bank. The private banker is usually the individual that sits in between. Let's just say this is Chase. The private bank is usually the individual that sits between how to open up a personal account and then how to open up an investment account. I'm at square one trying to build a house in this bitch. I mean, I did that, my G. You feel me?
Hell
Hey, if
yeah.
your foundation is built on something solid, like the law of the scripts, it ain't gonna fall. Build it on sand and you're gonna be wiggly out there. You dig?
Public
But
law 97-280.
Public Law 9728, if you understand that the United States built their principles, and this is the company. America is a continent, you guys. Okay? America is a continent with over 50 plus different countries inside of it. All right. Florida is a country. Georgia is a country. Ohio is a country. All right. Now, when you get into the United States of America, this is a company. All right. And I believe you can find that in USC
28 USC 3001, I think.
28 USC 3002
Two,
is a is that what it is?
something like that. If I go off of here, it's gonna get me out.
I want to say that's, yeah, rules and definitions. Scroll to number 15,
Hmm.
and you will see that the uh, United States means a federal corporation, an agency, department, commission, board, or other entity of the United States, or an instrumentality. An instrument is something that you use. So every state is sovereign in its own right, subject to the federal jurisdiction of the United States itself. Now,
Yes.
what's the other one? 1602. I used to know these by heart. USC 28 3002. 6. Hold on, I got it.
What you
For
talking about?
location of the debtor. USC
Oh,
15. Location of debtor.
Which is why that's what I was
It's
saying.
it's I'm sorry, it's UCC 9. So
Oh,
uniform 9, subsection 307. If you scroll to letter H, no, hold on, guys. In this section, place of business means a place where a debtor conducts his affairs. Scroll down to H, yes. The location of the United States
let's
is
just
in the
say
District of Columbia, right? So
that.
when you understand all of this shit, all right, the United States is a big ass company, but its general place of business. Like if you start up your business, they're gonna ask where's your place of business, and then also where's your mailing address so we can get at you type shit. So the United States, their general place of business, where they can be found is gonna be in.
Plenary,
Hmm?
plenary is called they got plenary
Hmm.
jurisdiction. They
Yes,
got
sir.
jurisdiction overall. Go ahead. I'm
Hmm.
sorry I had to put that in there for you.
No sweat. Absolute. Good look. So within this understanding, you guys, you feel me? The United States is a corporation. You have a citizenship. Don't take that word lightly. You literally got a fucking yacht out this motherfucker. Now, just because your ass can't see it, don't mean nothing. You got to start looking with more than just your physical eyes in order to see and hear what the spirit is saying to y'all. You feel me? So you have a citizenship. If you got a citizenship, somebody has to be aboard or abroad that citizenship, right? Whoever that individual is supposed to be the individual using the vessel. The individual using the vessel should also have legal ownership over the vessel as well. Okay? But right now, everybody only has equitable use, which makes you a contingent beneficiary to the yacht itself. Meaning, turn the back of your social security card over and read. This card belongs to the Social Security Administration.
It must
If
be
found,
surrendered.
please return to such and such address. It don't say return to you. All right. Now, an administrator is somebody governing an account. Everybody, probably every last one of us on this call is over the age of 30. And all of us still got the name that we were born with, that child name. All of us still got that same name on our birth certificate. And we go out here and do business and give that name out to people. And we act like we are an adult when we keep proving we kids. We minors.
You gotta change your name as
Yep.
the trustee to your trust and
Hmm.
operate as the trustee of that trust, meaning you are an administrator of the minor now. That's
Yep.
how it works. So the name that you was given, your name now, right now, that's still a kid name because that's the name your parents gave you. What you
It's
supposed to do?
actually an infant's name.
Yeah. So you
And
gotta
let's
go
prove
and create a trust out of that name and become the trustee administrator of that trust for the benefit of the beneficiary, which is the all caps name. And then you just maneuver with that.
it. All right. Check me out now. The definition of an infancy, y'all don't understand what happened. You think the hospital was being nice when they put in the newspaper that your a baby was born. Bullshit. They put in the newspaper that you left your baby at at the hospital. And I'm gonna show you how. Check me out now. All right. I'm sorry. Hey, I'm gonna address everybody on the stage in just a second. Michelle, how you doing, beloved? Can't get to your mute button and just okay.
I,
Okay.
I was trying
Hey,
to unmute. I didn't know how to do it because I'm new to this. But yes, you're correct. Yes, we all been left. I left my offsprings at the hospital as well. but it's facts. So keep on going, cause I'm on fire listening to you. So
All right.
keep on going.
All right, no sweat. True Trillionaire, how you doing, beloved? What's going on with you?
Well, I had a question. I'm fine. How's everybody?
I'm
Um,
well. I think we
yeah,
well. Go on here with it.
you're really. It's getting good. But I had a question early, but I don't want to get you off of this because,
I know exactly where I'm at. You got it. Go ahead. You can ask me.
okay, I was going to ask you about ordering money. You mentioned ordering money, and then you mentioned to secure. You said how to secure your security interest in the contract.
Yes.
Oh
That's what my
yes.
class is about. I'll definitely double back there. You know what I'm saying? Because as I say, I'm only teaching this to show y'all my style of teaching and how I'll be teaching you in the class. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, the class will be more in depth, in effect, actually to what the subject pertains to. We're gonna do some in life and in-house shit type shit. But nonetheless, ordering money is the same thing as a money order, except
Order.
that you're
Yeah.
in control of the collateral that you're using to secure that money order.
I'm gonna give you the UCC code in 1 second. Hold on.
Yep. Actually, you can type it in the comments, Luminaire.
Yep. Go ahead. Keep going. I got you.
Absolutely. All right. Hey, Chris, what's happening with you, Kinfolk? Shalom, beloved.
Shalom, Kinfolk.
Yo, nah, I think his name, dang, Schmidt.
His name Eric.
Nick.
Oh, Eric Schmidt. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What's
My
good,
fault,
Eric?
Woody. Eric, what's happening with it? I'm just,
Everything good,
huh?
but I'm an American State National, and I'm following you. I'm listening to the word like everything you're saying is correct. We do the same steps.
Yeah.
Okay, absolutely. No sweat. I appreciate the support, beloved. All right, so y'all, your baby, you think your baby's a baby? Your baby ain't a baby to them. Your baby's an infant to them. Okay, and let's see. An infant is the decedent. Now, all of y'all, all right, you gotta think. Girls, ladies, females. Hold on, I'm sorry. Can I get some out of all of y'all real quick? It's 12 people on this live. Could all of y'all share this live for me one time?
There we go. Good. Good one. Good one. There we go.
I'm gonna do the same thing. So y'all don't feel like I'm demanding y'all. All right. All right. For everybody that did do so, I appreciate y'all. Y'all got big heads like me. All right. So and everything. Oh, and I'm sorry if y'all if you're not dealing with me right now, just mute your mic for me. Truth and I do you. Just you know what I'm saying, ain't no sweat. Here we go. So your infant is a decedent, all right? And the reason your infant is a decedent is because you gotta understand when the baby, we gotta start from the top of this shit, huh? All right. So
Take your time.
luminary Lynn,
Yeah. Go ahead.
huh?
Let's say take your time. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Lynn, how do we spell mothership?
MOTHER SHIP.
All right. Now, how do you spell mother's hip?
MOTHER space HIP, but same letters.
Same letters, same word, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, a canal is a narrow passage that a ship passes through, right?
Yep. Yes.
A woman has a birth canal,
Yes.
right? All right. Everybody on this call should look up the word birth in both of its fashions. BERTH, BIRTH. All right. I'm trying to help you correlate how there is a duality to your life. All right. It's a whole nother you that you don't even know about, that you've been dealing with this entire time. All right. So when you were birthed, the day you were born, so is your citizenship, beloved. Okay.
It was birthed at the same time.
At the exact same time.
Locked at the
All right.
hospital.
Facts.
Now, You got docked, as the brother just stated, at the hospice, the hostile, the hospital. Okay? And you were delivered remember, like cargo on the vessel,
Mm-hmm.
you were delivered to the dock or.
You was
All
already
right?
in the fence, though.
Now, prematurely, they severed you from your life force. Okay? Life force wasn't your mama. The life force was the umbilical cord, which is connected to the placenta. Okay? Your very first steps on this planet, on this terrain, in this realm, was on a piece of fucking paper.
Your warranty deed.
They got these right here. They got what is called your corporate soul. Okay? When they got your corp means body. A corp is a dead body, right? When they got your corp, this is you agreeing prematurely, immaturely to an engagement of a contract,
Of that name.
right? Yep. You agreed to the citizenship being birthed. Now, before you can sign it, your mama and them had to give some insight
Beknownst to
to the.
us.
Informants.
Yeah,
They
beknownst to
call
Hey,
them
us.
baby.
informants.
Yes, beknownst to us. Go ahead.
How- All right. So, how can you agree to something like this as an infant? Oh, perfect. Let me explain. Because the infant, the meaning behind the footprints is your signature. It's like instead of taking blood from the baby, pookie, the ink is the blood, and then you pookie onto that document. So now it's a corporate sealed document. All right. Now the woman on this document is called the informant. Do they ask the father about the name of the child, where the child gonna be at, all of the information about the child? Mm-mm. All they want from the daddy is the signature.
But you
If
want the mother's
the
maiden name
daddy
to make the child the bastard.
Yeah, exactly. If they can get if they can get the child by the name of the we're gonna back to this. Okay. An infant is the decedent. A decedent is a person who has died of an estate. Estate is property. Is y'all name your property? Can somebody else use your name? Y'all name property, right?
Can't nobody use your name.
Everybody name property. All right. Or grantor. A grantor is somebody granting authority. Owner, that's the person who owns. Custodian, that's somebody in custody. Or trustor, that's the creator of the trust, but not the grantor. Truster of a trust,
The trustee.
guardianship, receivership, or custodianship that has yet to receive a social security number. So you think you are a lawful person out here in these streets. Wrong. You ain't looked up the definition. There's a difference between a lawful person and a legal person. Let me explain. McDonald's the man and McDonald's the building are two totally different persons, right? Somebody tell me I'm wrong, baby. All right, hold on. Hold up. The definition of a person, the term person shall be construed to mean and include an individual, a trust, estate, partnership, association, company, or corporation. Hmm. So now I'm going to give y'all the definition of an artificial person. Because somebody asked the question, how can they do this? How can something not alive do something alive? All right. I'll be back. Luminary Lynn, take over for me just a second.
Well, just to piggyback a little bit on what he's saying, is like when we came into Earth, y'all, like you said, the very first thing they got was our. We've been associated with that name the whole time. The whole time we've been thinking we are the name. We've been writing that name down, giving over the birth certificate to get IDs and everything and so forth. When really, once we were never taught this, but through research and everything, you learn that you're supposed to have a trust for that name. The name that you are changing, you're not changing your name per se. You just rewriting your name as trustee within your trust and
Absolutely, beloved.
operating through your trust now, taking care of the beneficiary, which is yourself. You see what I'm saying?
Now,
But you operating as trustee the whole time.
one would ask, well, why we need a trust? Why we need an LLC? Why we need a business? Why do we need another entity other than going out here doing this shit, quote unquote, myself? Well, that's because you walking in the land of the dead, zombie. That's why. Let me ask you a question. Is any business alive?
Excuse me. Excuse me. Can I say,
Yes.
um, you have a when you have a trust. Okay, so let's say this is all for entertainment and educational purposes, right? So if you have a trust, right? You have a people say what they use the word, you're a minor, you're an infant, you're a minor, you're a child, or whatever. Those are just legalese words. However, you're a child, right? So you have a trust. You had rich parents. They passed away or not, but they set up a trust for you, right? So you turn, and so they set up some instructions. When he or she turns 21 or 25, they get married, they can get this trust. Or when they turn 18, they can get the trust, right?
May I ask your point right now? What you getting at, beloved? What you state?
I'm listening to you all, so please just give me a minute. I'm getting to your trust part. The trust part. The trust
But
part
I'm
is
saying, can I finish the
yeah,
lesson and then you
I'm getting ready to. I listen to you. I'm just trying to share something a part about the trust. The trust, how you get to that trust. You When you get to the trust, you have to. When you start talking about being deceased, what they're saying is you are adopted. You are adopted, and you have to become of the age of majority. You become someone who is no longer adopted, because once you are adopted at a
all
certain
right,
age, they
all
pull
right,
you
all
out.
right, all right, all right, all
That's
right, all right, all right.
You have
Hold
to
on,
claim
hold on, hold
trust.
on, hold on, beloved. Okay, okay. No sweat. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Could you mute your mic for me, please?
Sure, but I'm
Thank you.
just sharing with you.
No, no, no. You're fine. You're fine. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. So y'all, an artificial person. We know that in this world there's organic and artificial. Organic is real. Artificial is not. All right. An artificial person is also known as a juridic. Juridic is legal. All right. So she's asking the question. Remember, I said that there is a legal person and a lawful person. Lawful person is alive. Lawful person is beating, breathing. It's called something sentient. Sentient means you have feelings, you are aware, you exist. All right. A legal person is going to be this, also known as a juridic person. It has a legal name and has certain rights, protections, privileges, responsibilities, and liabilities in law similar to those of a natural person. In other words, an artificial person is a non human legal entity that is not a single natural person, but an organization recognized by law as a fictitious person. All right. So, to answer your question, McDonald's can send you a check, but McDonald's can't call you on the phone. Somebody from McDonald's, the corporation, had to send that check to you. When you call T-Mobile because your phone service ain't working, you scream to the automated person, authorized representative, representative, representative. And then you get on the phone with the representative and you say, y'all did and and then some of us have grown up, we say, look, I'm about to say some things. I know you just work there, but this is what your institution has done. Because you understand that the individual that just put their clothes on, put their pants on, and their name tag, they just work there. All right. But it's T-Mobile, the entity. You got an issue with T-Mobile, not with hi. This is Sarah, representative of T-Mobile. 1699 is my operator representative number. You ain't got no problem with her. You got a problem with T-Mobile and the entrusted service that they said that they would provide. All right. Everything is trust. All right. Every single thing is trust. There's a grantor, a trustee, and a beneficiary. If you take your child to a daycare, all right, the daycare becomes the trustee. You, because you're granting them possession of your child, become the grantor. The child becomes the beneficiary. The child don't come in and do administrative paperwork. The mom, pop, dad, whoever signed little buddy up for it is the one who come in and do the executive recording. All right. Now you don't see your life like this because you probably think that in order to even have a trust, you got to have some millions of bajillions of dollars. Clear your mind of that. All right. In order to have a trust, you got to have property. That's what a trust is for. A trust is to protect and secure property. Now, depending on the type of trust you operating through, that trust might be pierceable, and it's only pierceable because it's still connected to the artificial person. So we don't want to hold property in what's called a revocable trust because that revocable trust is living. It's connected to the domesticated artificial person. We want to hold property that we want to keep forever, shit that we don't want to never go into our irrevocable trust. Okay? Because in that irrevocable trust, the grantor has given up full rights to the property. All right. Now, the sister was getting at how to access the quote unquote Social Security trust. All right. Before we speak on that, I want to read to y'all what the Social Security tells me. Okay. Me, you, us, they, we, I. All right. You are a motherfucking trust fund, baby. Okay. Not just the white folk, not just the people in the Hiltons, the Yorkshires and the Hampshires. You. And let's prove it. You know you a motherfucking millionaire, billionaire, bajillionaire, because you got fucking credit. You just don't understand the game. But here am I, the messenger. Let's ride. All right. You are a trust fund, baby. The 1939 amendments brought other changes to the reserve account, more to clarify the existing arrangement than to modify it. Those changes were recommended by the 1938 Social Security Advisory Council, which had proposed that the reserve account be made more specifically a trust fund, with designated trustees acting on behalf of the prospective beneficiaries of the program. The trust fund should be dedicated exclusively to the payment of the benefits provided under the program and, in limited part, to the costs necessary to the administration of the program. How many of y'all receive Social Security benefits?
Or pay them.
I
Y'all
don't.
can get SNAP. Y'all can get EBT. Y'all can get WIC. Y'all can get HUD. Y'all can get Section 8. Y'all can get shit on credit. Everybody receives Social Security benefits. You know it's federally against the law for somebody to deny you a right, privilege, or benefit for not disclosing your Social Security number to them because you have a right or access to credit. You ain't got to give up your private information to secure something public. The car's sitting out there on the public lot, right? You can see it. This is why they got a garage, so you can put your private things, your things out of the private. Everybody got unlimited credit because you got a trust fund established by the Old Age Survivors Reserve Insurance Account. Let's continue reading. The trust fund should be dedicated. Oh, hold on, we not here. Right here. Following those recommendations, Congress converted the Old Age Reserve account into the Old Age Survivors Insurance Trust Fund and established a board of trustees whose primary task was to hold the trust fund and report on it annually. Let's see who they gave it to. Because by the Power of Appointment Act, you're able to say, hey, you can work for me. You can appoint a motherfucker to be a power of attorney. You can appoint a motherfucker to be a trustee, fiduciary. You can appoint someone. Okay.
Anyone.
Now let's see, because the Social Security Administration don't deal with your money. Shalom, shalom, Julia. Hey, my class, you guys, is on how you gonna secure your interest. I'm just teaching y'all about this stuff. All right. My class is next Friday. Go on my page and connect to that flyer that you'll see on it. Anyways, though. So let's read what the next one say, right? Cause they tripping. It say the Social Security Act provides that the funds, remember we talking about the trust funds, are maintained on the books of Treasury. The Treasury Department, Internal Revenue Department, and the Bureau of Fiscal Service. So the Bureau of Fiscal Service is the box. And then you got smaller sections inside of the box, like the Department of the Treasury, like the Department of the Internal Revenue Service. Okay. And more departments like the Inspector General, so on and so forth. But anyways, though, Social Security's administration say, look, cuz we don't want to handle the money. We just want to handle the account. We want to notify them motherfucker need a card or they want to, you know what I'm saying, do some crazy shit with the account. But the money, y'all gonna deal with that. Treasury like shit. All right. This is how I want y'all to understand. I want y'all to understand. The money in the treasury is not money that belongs to the United States. It's money that the United States has been placed in possession of. Because that's your trust fund. Hey, go ahead, Eric.
All right, so literally, like, this trust fund thing that's going on, whatever, like, we all know the United States, not United States of America, but the United States of corporation is in debt. So they use our trust to build them out of debt. Every time you go to court and you sit in front of that judge and the prosecutor and all that, they already sued you. Like they sued you. Like they already have bonds against you, creating your name and everything to go against you to sue your damn trust to get money and whatever. And he's still gonna do time. And like your bills and everything, all those are prepaid. You put your bills in there, whatever. Like you go ahead and put your QSA number on there, which is your social security number without slashes on there, and then pay to whatever the treasury or whatever. It pays it off. Like everything is robbery. Like they just robbing us so we're blind. That's why everybody damn speaking now on Donald Trump and Doge, all them about investigating everything like that with all of the fraudulent things like that. Like
Can I
they
say something?
they getting down. Yeah, go ahead. I yield.
Yeah.
Is mainly what you talking about, Eric, is mainly really because it gets back to what he's talking about, the subject, which is trust. Everything leads back to trust, and it's mismanagement of trust is what we are trying to learn how to do so that we can properly balance the books of our own country. Just because
Hmm.
we are in debt because of the mismanagement of the millions of trust funds out there that
Hmm.
we all have been mismanaging.
Hmm.
Everyone, we all are, every single person you talk to, you see, is guilty of mismanagement of the trust because you gave your social out when you wasn't supposed to, when they
Hmm.
gave you the vessel, which was the IRS, to use EIN numbers to access the public credit without using your social. And then
Right.
you supposed to put all of that credit, the debt onto these corporations and do it that way. But since we have mismanaged it for so long, this is everyone is entwined in the public debt as well. So this is why we learning how to get out of it and manage our trust properly. Because it's all trust. And then I'm done.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact.
It's
Everything is
facts.
trust, y'all.
It's facts.
Everything. We're gonna get back to the subject. You did. So, and understanding that, I just want to show y'all we have accounts. They're you're not broke out here. All right. Let's just say so. We need an EIN number. You don't need an EIN number. They already provided you with one, a social security number. That's your business. That's your vessel's identification number. You understand what I'm saying? So it says the treasury manages the social security accounts in much the same way that a bank manages a checking account. Let me explain. When you go to the bank, remember I already told y'all, you put that 10,000 in, the bank is gonna take that 9,000 on reserve so that they can go do what they need to do and make more money. Let's prove it. Accurate accounts are kept of the cash deposits and the occurring interest. Cash withdrawals are allowed whenever needed, and in the meantime, the bank can put the cash to other uses. Thus, the treasury uses procedures that fully and accurately account for the cash from trust fund income tax deposited with the treasury and the interest that occurs on those deposits. Unlike the invested amounts, until the invested amounts are needed to pay benefits, the cash is intermingled with the Treasury's cash operations for the rest of the government. Y'all ever heard of them white folk get pulled over? I'm a taxpaying citizen, man. I pay for these school rules and this, da, da, da. That's because he understands he's a trust fund, baby. You understand? If you look on your dollar bill, it says this note is legal tender for all debts, private and public. Reason being, because the dollar is backed by the belief of the motherfucker using it. It's secured by the accounts of the trust funds. You did? Let's keep going. The size of the accumulated reserves. Remember, I told you that every bank got to keep a reserve. Every bank is a Federal Reserve Bank. It's a member of that motherfucker. If they out here chartering, they doing business. If they're not a private equity entity, you understand me? They are a Federal Reserve member, which makes them. It's like being of the same body. How you gonna say my arm is not me? You understand me? So it's still a Federal Reserve Bank, and you supposed to know how to go in that motherfucker. It's gonna blow your goddamn mind when you go and read USC Title 12, 411, and 412, and they tell your ass that you can go get money, you can go get more money using the exact same fucking money that you're trying to get. So I assume this doesn't apply to credit unions. You have a share. You got to stop. They tell you you are a member of the credit union. You have shares in the credit union. You're invested in them. They telling you to your face that a credit union. You investing in the credit union. That's how you got the shares. You did. That's why everybody wants you to deposit some money into the account. They want you to invest in them. You feel me? Same thing with the treasury, man. Until you need your money, until you ask for a withdrawal from the treasury, from the IRS, them folks in that bitch building schools, they got this bitch creating heart and motherfucking windstorms and NASA investing in movies and shit. They out here, they flexing. They doing what's called investing though. So was my application the investing activity? Your application was absolutely the promissory note that initiated the account. If you ask for a loan of $10,000, you're promising to pay that. That promissory note becomes an asset to the bank. You understand what I'm saying, gang? Give you your money. You got to define what money is to me or not. What is money? It was, and it was a contract. Absolutely. Y'all understand what I'm getting at though? So how was I solidified as an investor in the credit union? When you opened the contract, I just told you that. You deposited into the credit union and they gave you shares. It say that on in your contract. Read that motherfucker. You asking me? Read your contract. It's telling you you got shares in the credit union, guys. That's what's so sweet about the credit union. They telling you you invested with us. And
And
then go look at the FDIC insurance policy. Credit unions are insured by the NCUA. It say bright and shiny on their websites. Every teller's desk says your account, your savings, motherfucker, your savings is insured up to $250,000. Now it says backed by the full faith and credit of the United States.
this is why credit unions too. This is why you want to do business with a credit union, because credit unions are the only ones that will deal with chattel paper with you, meaning you can come in there with your contracts, with your agreements, with your assignments, your reassignments, and you can do business with your credit union that way. Big banks typically don't do business with you with chattel paper with the public that way, unless you're another public entity like a corporation or something. But a credit union will deal with those type of transactions. They deal with negotiable instruments.
Very so true. All you gotta do is understand the nature of banking. You just can't see. You gotta think about this, y'all. I'm finna read them comments in just a second. Hold on. All right, fine. All right. Shall I say that part? But the sad thing is, you're invested in the bank, but you can borrow due to a made-up credit score. The credit score is actually a risk score. It's only associating. It's only telling the bank how well you actually handle credit. If you don't know how to handle credit, that means that instead of putting you on the asset side of the ledger, they're gonna put your ass on the liability side, and they rather not put you on the liability because that's just expressing that this motherfucker gonna owe us sometime later. What shall I call money? What shall I call money? That's what I've been taught. Need to know what's the new word for it. Ain't no new word for money. The old definition is always it, any medium of exchange, beloved. You know what I'm saying? You can have a jet ski for sale and I got a dirt bike that and I got a dirt bike that your son want. If you say that my dirt bike is worth the value of your jet ski, we exchange that for that same price. Does the instrument show up as a negative in the savings account when you do accord and satisfaction? Does what instrument? The United States is bankrupt. That's why they want us to bank with the banks. Right. Do they work with security bonds? Who? Negotiable instrument. Is that what I should call it? That's what damn near everything is. If it's not a negotiable instrument, a motherfucker, but yeah.
I sh-
If it's got a value to it, yeah.
I was gonna interject. Everyone,
But
if y'all want to start learning about this stuff, read UCC4. Go into the UCC4 and start reading, because that's the commercial transactions, banks, deposits, and collections. And you can start understanding how you can start using negotiable instruments with your banking institution.
yeah. The loan payment coupon once tender for payment. I feel like I want to ask you, why is you asking me that?
Well,
Like it be making me feel some type of way when a motherfucker asks a smart ass question. You know exactly what the fuck going on. Why are you asking me for clarity or something? Because I used it exactly. That's what the fuck I just said. Why
for
is you
clarity or
asking
something,
me, folks?
because
Shalom.
I used.
Miss I can't something. How you doing, beloved?
Yep. All right. Miss, I can't give up. This is my first time running across your live.
Gotcha.
I had a few questions.
Hmm.
I wanted to see it for those people that are saying that they're indigenous and they're separating themselves in that way. Okay. And then you're doing things this way. Can it be the same person? Can that one person still do what you're doing and then still claim indigenous for what they're doing?
I don't believe I've stated
Yeah,
anything in reference to indigenous.
you did not. You didn't.
Everything is trust. I don't care what
Right.
perspective you're operating from, indigenous,
Mm-hmm.
Native American,
Gotcha.
national,
Mm-hmm.
motherfucking resident
Mm-hmm.
alien, you're
True.
gonna need a trust, beloved.
All of
Gotcha.
those
Okay. Okay.
organizations are trust themselves. That's
Okay.
the
Okay.
foreign.
All right. One more question.
Mhm.
Okay. So I was thinking about recently. My father passed about in 2001, and I was thinking about he wanted to open up a playground. He had bought some property, and he showed it to me, and he said, "I'm gonna use this and I'm gonna open up a playground in the community." Some years later, he did get married, but I wanted to ask a question. Um, I forgot what the question. My question is it possible that he never received what you're talking about? In other words, if the person has passed,
You can still go after his estate.
yeah, I can still open the estate. So my point is, would the estate be empty, or would it just be whatever his properties were?
No, it'd be more than that because
That's what I'm going to
with
ask.
Silver Spoon as well. So
Okay, got you.
go after
Okay,
his estate as well. So it's
so if
just
I
not
open,
what you think. It's more than that.
okay, so if I open up my dad's estate, which nobody has done, 24 years go by, and 2 weeks ago I contacted an attorney, and he said to me, he said, your father's will has never been your dad passed without a will, and if there was one, it's never been probated. So I'm in the process. I've gotten an attorney. He's waiting to meet with me. So of course I'm sort of getting three things in one. I'm hearing what you guys are saying. So if I'm able to open up the trust, he will also be entitled to what from this particular signage? What would he be?
You're thinking small as far as what we or this, that, and the third. We're
No,
talking
no, no.
about that.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
All right. Your father died intestate. By him
Right.
dying intestate, that means he did not die with a valid will on record with probate. So that means he was already probate. He's already his um his estate has already been it's being managed. All right. Now you can go back and collect on his estate. You can prove your next of kin. They're waiting on all of us to come and make known that we're ready to handle our affairs. So you can
Really?
go back. Yes, you can go
Uh,
back, but you have to prove that you're next of kin to make that claim. Everything is about a claim, all right? And a claim has to be proven. It has to be supported by prima facie. You
well,
feel
he
me?
was married to my mom for 15 years, and they had
It's your
8
dad,
kids.
though. It's your daddy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. He's on my
It's your,
birth certificate, all that.
all
Yeah,
right. Now he
everybody knows
didn't
that's
have
my
a
dad.
will. He didn't have a
Pardon me?
will, so that y'all gon' you say he didn't have a will, right?
He did a will when he bought his house. I typed it up for him, and he was single at the time. And so then he got married
They
about
tripping
three
on that. They
years.
tripping on that. So is there a will for your father?
No, there was no will left at all.
I thought you said you typed it up.
No, that's what I'm saying. He was single. He bought his house. He bought a home
Did he
valued at a
sign
hundred
it?
thousand. He bought a house valued at $100,000. I wrote up him a will. He did sign it, but he was single at that time.
It doesn't matter. He
Uh,
signed the will, but
I was trying to finish, ma'am. He got married, and he ended up doing
Another will.
a living will, what they call a living will, with his wife at that time. So there was a living will that was prepared, but there was no will prepared for after he was become deceased.
So look,
None.
when you write a living will, right? There's always clauses. That's why you got to read them, because there's always clauses in
Let's
these
say when
things.
I die, go
So
create a
if you
trust.
It
be
was just old
died,
boot. It was some
yeah,
bootleg. It was something bootleg that she put together. So they said once he passed, that would not be considered. It would not be in effect. Is what I'm saying. The
right.
Okay,
living
so
So
will.
what
you would
the
have to
messenger
challenge
is
the
saying,
will.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, what the
Yeah.
messenger is saying is that it's more than what you think as far as the house or the $100,000 house. It could be $500,000 house. What he's trying to say with his estate is so much more
Mm.
than what you are
So
thinking
looking,
or
yeah,
wanting to get. That's what
right.
I'm saying.
That's
I'm
why.
sorry.
That's why. That's why I
Yes,
came
ma'am.
up because
Yes, ma'am.
I was wondering would it be more?
No, it's way more than what you think. It's
That's what I'm
not
saying.
the
I know.
physical.
I know.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
why I
ma'am.
came up. So he
That's
has. So what would this more be coming from?
Hey, it's gonna come from his estate. Everything that was associated with his estate. His estate is his name. His name is his property. Everything that got his name on it is his property. We're gonna move on though, because
Okay. All right.
you should definitely seek an attorney or help. I'm not a financial advisor. Neither one of us are lawyers or financial advisors. This is not
Right.
financial advice.
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
I don't
Yeah.
know none of y'all. Um,
Right.
I pray y'all the best. All right,
All
yeah,
right. Yeah.
yeah, I'll move on. So within that being stated, the sister asked a question in the chat. If she got her name changed, does that void the trust? She said she heard God say the same. No, changing your name is a correction. If you change your name from a name other than the name that it was at birth, then that means you got baptized. Now, the goal for everybody is not to sever the relationship, but to separate yourself. The separation happens not only when you change your name, the separation happens when you go back to Social Security and you separate the name from the account and the name at birth. When you change your name, that's going to tell Social Security that there's a difference between the vessel and the person aboard the vessel. No, it does not void your trust. Now that you have quote unquote made yourself alive, now that you have made your living person known, the Sesticate by Trust has to liquidate, which is why you need to create your own living trust that it can liquidate into. That's a part of your claim over your estate. My estate course is on the 20th. Shalom, shalom, beloved. How you doing, messy dreamer? Am I messing up your dream time?
No, that's right. But question, when you change your name, does that require you to change the social security number as well?
No, ma'am. You're not gonna change your social security unless somebody stole that motherfucker.
Oh, okay.
Shalom.
Shalom, beloved. What's good with you?
Not much, brother. I was if nobody got anything else to say, I don't want to
Nah,
interrupt
you good.
nobody.
Let's ride. Let's ride.
That, but I was the one that was talking about the loan payment coupon. Fam, I wasn't trying to like be redundant or act something that was silly and stupid. It's more so I did use it. I wasn't completely knowledgeable about like my standing in the credit union, but I understood a little bit about the UCC. I did a
Mm,
blank endorsement and it showed up within my savings account as a negative. So I remember when you were saying that like the savings account would have a sub account that's attached to it, which would be like a mirror. And so
mhm.
I was trying to see, would that have been the reflection of what I was seeing, where the negative would have been like I guess what am I
Is
trying
it
to say? You know
negative
how like the
red
debit
in
and
his
credits.
dream?
Say
Is
that
it
again.
pending? Is it pending?
No.
So it's a negative red.
They're saying that it's an overdraft.
Right, right. Because you do
Give
you
me a
have a
copy.
security interest over this account?
Before I answer that, it's more so I know there was a security interest entered, but I don't know what my position is because, like you said, we are the creditor. So I'm still trying to understand and get
But the
out of the
minor is
mindset
still
of a debtor.
the minor is still who walked in. If you don't
Yes.
secure your interest in the account, then it's still just the minor account. You
Okay.
dig me? So you haven't restructured the account to the fashion of. Let me ask you this: is the account TOD,
Elaborate.
transfer on death?
I don't even think I understand that
Right. So
terminology.
that means there's not even a beneficiary established to this
Okay.
account, making it irrevocable.
Okay.
Everybody just opening up bank accounts and then learn this stuff right here and just go to, you ain't got a security deposit over the account, making the account and all of this deposits collateral to you. So therefore, they don't know what you're doing.
Hmm.
They don't know what you're doing.
So I did an improper assignment.
Your blank endorsement was definitely wrong. You gotta
They
understand
deem you
something.
insane.
Yeah, huh?
They deem you insane when you come in there
You
doing
hear
general
Right.
deposit
me?
or
You hear me? They
special.
liable to
So
call the police on your
when
ass.
you do a general deposit that's supposed to be a special deposit, they look at you like you crazy because
So
Hey,
I
take me
wouldn't.
to some
So I wouldn't
illuminate
be able to use
credentials.
I wouldn't be able to use accord and satisfaction as a defense.
You gotta secure your interest in the account.
you
This is
gotta
all
change the
creditorship.
account over.
This is all creditorship, beloved. You can't act like a debtor. The debtor can't do nothing. The minor ain't gonna be the one doing it.
You're
You
right.
dig?
You're
You
right.
can't fuck.
Yeah, I hear
So
you.
when you associate that there is another motherfucker on this motherfucker's behalf, shit go to getting sweet for you. But
Yeah,
until then, shit gonna get sticky.
because you trying to access credit as a beneficiary when the beneficiary in the Sesticate Trust has no withdrawal rights.
Right?
So
He ain't even. Yeah. Speak to him. I'm finna be right back. That's
yeah,
some good shit.
like the beneficiary in the Sesticate Trust, the Social Security Trust, has no withdrawal rights. So when people talk about some, oh, it's millions and millions in my name, you have no withdrawal rights to that, but you have interest in it. So you
Mhm.
want to secure the interest in the withdrawal rights, right? So this is where you come in and make your own trust and operate through it for the withdrawal rights of that. That's what he said. When you start coming in on behalf of someone else, they treat you differently when you start coming in there, whether and you trying to come in there as the beneficiary.
Yourself.
Yeah,
So,
yourself,
so,
beneficiary of a trust that you trying to get withdrawal rights of on that you don't have withdrawal rights to. You see what I'm saying?
so
Because
Yes.
will we have to change our signature card at that point, or do we
mainly
just
what
do
you
it?
have to do is the main point is you want to get your trust in order. They got to be properly documented, properly um um um
Set it,
notarized,
yeah, have to
everything
properly
right.
set up, and then we take the
Yeah.
assignment of the accounts and transfer them
Yeah,
to
you put them,
trust.
you put the, you send you, now you want to start operating as a trustee. Once your
Mhm.
trust is done, you want to start operating as a trustee. Now, everything that's in your social security name, you want to go and change over those accounts and to say, hey, this account now, change it over to it's a trust account, your bank accounts. Gentlemen always give notice, is what they say,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
So you want to give notice after your trust is done to your banks and say, "Hey, I want to change over this account." You want to draw up a letter to them and say you want to change over the account to a trust account, showing them the trust documents proving that you have an actual trust, right?
Do you have a letter that I can look over?
I got a couple. Yeah, I got some things.
Would you be able to send it to me if you had time?
Yeah, for sure. I got you. You just send me your email.
Yeah. Okay.
But but that's how you want to start operating with everything now. You want to start operating as a trustee on behalf of your beneficiary, which is your social security name. You see what I'm saying? That's your property. That's your property that you want to
Makes
secure.
sense.
You see what I'm
So
saying?
I don't need to try to implement this whole loan payment coupon process until I am in right standing.
Exactly. It's how you come. They looking at you crazy because you're not coming in a proper way. You see what I'm saying? And they
Mhm.
not on notice of who they doing business with. That's another thing. That's why you want to put them on notice. Send them those letters. Send them a letter changing over those accounts, so they know when you come in who you are. They call you by the name of the trustee. Hey, Mister, whatever. You just changing your name over from what your Christian name, whatever your name is on your birth certificate.
Okay. Bet, man. Well, I sure appreciate y'all, fellas.
It's last or you know what I'm saying? Middle, first and middle. Yeah,
Snap.
but yeah, that's just really gotta
Uh,
work.
shoot. Before I go, so
Go ahead.
I'm trying to think about the specific of what I want to ask, but I know you said that y'all talking about how y'all gonna have a class for this on Friday. So I guess I don't want to cause for y'all to speak on what you trying to reserve for the class, but it's more so the aspect of securing your interest. But if that's more so, hey, that's for another time. We're gonna go in depth on that on Friday. Then I'll hold my peace, type of thing.
And the class is just simply on securing your interest over yourself, over your. If you're a business entrepreneur, if you understand this trust, everything that I'm talking about, you need
Hmm.
to secure your interest. If you're not operating from a trust, you operate from a power of attorney.
And I think they would still have the power of attorney, which I didn't
Oh,
take back into the credit union because I tried to do the loan payment coupon with my car loan.
yeah, you ain't securing no interest in the car loan. You ain't making no claims to anything.
Hmm.
You're trying to do something before you establish your right to do so. You
Right.
feel me? Like I said, everything right now looks just like McDonald's. The building is doing everything. They're not fucking with McDonald's. The building. They want, in order to get that private life shit, they need to holler at McDonald's the man.
So I'm still operating as the infant, the one that put the soul
Yeah,
on the paper.
yeah. The infant is your property, as the brother was explaining earlier. That's the beneficial. That's who all of this shit is about. You're supposed to be
Yeah.
operating on his behalf so you can collect.
Yeah, you collecting on his behalf. Everything that got his name on it that
Mm-hmm.
goes back to him, you
Mm-hmm.
want to go now collect on it as his administrator. Excuse me.
So then how do I circumvent the fact that I did use this instrument or make a blank endorsement in this instrument, but I
Blank
didn't talk?
endorsement ain't gonna get you nowhere, kinfolk. The blank endorsement is not. It needs to be restrictive. Restrictive is special or specific.
Right.
The
So a
reason
special
that
endorsement.
endorsement can't be blank is because who the fuck did this? What the fuck are you doing?
I didn't
You
assign it
if
to
you do a
anyone.
blanket, exactly. Perfect fucking verbiage.
And
You
then
ain't
with
assigning it. The assignment is either for deposit or for collection. Pay to the order of. You dig?
yes, and you're doing and you want it to be an electronic transfer to them.
My
There's,
ass was
there's
trying to
no
keep it. Oh
because
my
there is
bad.
no
I
money.
didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, because I'm saying there is no money, so you want to just electronically transfer it to whoever is paid to the order of, but you have to deposit it the proper way. You see what I'm saying? Everything is about the way it's deposited. That's why I say go into UCC4. Go into the UCC4, and you will start understanding how to deal with the banks and collections on your deposits.
Hmm. Also, as I told y'all earlier, UCC 3 and 4 deal with negotiable instruments in the sales of leases. When you go into UCC Article 8 and 9, that's dealing with securities and secured transactions. Y'all need to read these laws that y'all using, but not
Yes,
understand them every day.
commercial transactions go into the UCC because that's y'all where the remedy really at.
Yeah,
You got
your
to know
remedy is your
how.
rights.
Right. It's your rights in the UCC and you knowing how to properly enforce them while using the UCC. That's what this is about.
Righteous.
I'm assuming those rights are not afforded to the infant, but the real person.
Remember, the artificial person is afforded certain rights, protections, liberties, liabilities, and responsibilities in law. So the juridic person he got benefits too. You
Okay.
dig what I'm saying? However, McDonald's the building can't do shit on his behalf. Stop thinking. And hey, look, you ain't gonna go to jail. You keep thinking the wrong way, Kavo. Get
Hmm.
that shit out your head. You are
Yeah,
not
I'm
that
telling
social
you, yeah,
security person.
listen. Your name, right? Your name on your birth certificate, on your social security card right now, right? That name on there is a name you represent.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
thinking you are that name. You're not that name. You represent that name in the eyes of the law. What you want to do is you want to properly represent the name on your own behalf
Mm-hmm.
through a trust. You see what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? And
Right.
then deal with these entities as the administrator of that trust with these. You get what I'm trying to say on behalf of your beneficiary, which is your name
Act
that's on
like
your
you
birth
got a
certificate.
business.
Yeah. Think of your name on your birth certificate and on your social security card as a little baby right now. It's you. It's you as a child sitting on the couch. That's who you trying to go out and get money for, and get a
Right.
house for, and get a car for, and you trying to do everything to make sure that person is living good. That's the whole point of you trying to do this process.
If you trying to do this to get millions of dollars, billions of dollars, whatever the case
You're
is,
thinking
you
wrong.
going to jail.
Yeah, you thinking wrong. This is about administration, and operation.
Hmm. As beloved in the chat say, you acting and playing in many roles. You got to think. Women, think of it like the sisters. She's Mama Bell. She a sister. She a daughter. She a auntie. Everybody got many roles, bro. You dig what I'm saying?
That
You got
makes
to learn
very
how to
sense.
play them motherfuckers. They call for certain times.
That makes very much sense, indeed.
Hold it down.
This is why when
So,
you talk about the child in you, you got the little baby in you. That's a real thing. Like they looking
Absolutely.
at it in the eyes of the law. That's a real thing because they got the paper you operating as the paper you, but it's really just, you see what I'm saying? It's not. That's why you can't get no yo. That's why we not getting no remedy because the paper you don't have no withdrawal rights to that trust. So it don't matter what you out here trying to do, how many coupons you trying to deposit, this, that, and the third. You don't got withdrawal rights, and then you're not in a proper status to even be sending me these coupons because the beneficiary can't even can't send me these coupons. You get what I'm trying to say?
I
Hmm.
It's
do.
all about the status you in.
Okay, so this is what I'm particularly dealing with. Before I went in, I guess that would be a violation on my part. There was a violation on their part where they sent a improper notice to cure default where they did not display the accurate past due amount. And then according to cancellation procedures that would have extinguished certain charges,
USC 151681, I believe. You got a billing error. State of
billing
billing error.
error.
Send a cease and desist.
All right, bet. But look. We already went through a trial, and now we're in a journal entry to where I have to object. Check out what the magistrate said. The magistrate said that she didn't know of any law that stated that a late notice had to be correct.
Huh?
She said that she didn't know of any law that says a late notice or the past due amount in a notice to cure default had to be correct.
It's not her job to know either. That's your job to come
It's
bring
your
it to
job to
court.
prove that. So you're supposed to go into Article 9 of the UCC and demand a statement of account.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can prove that such and such is at default. If you don't got no prima facie, you got to understand, kinfolk, there's a difference between a complaint and a claim. A claim is dealing with monetary values.
Mhm.
A complaint is just you
Yeah, I hear
just
you. I
saying
hear
some
you.
shit. You dig?
I
Bring
hear
that
you.
prima facie so you can flip the script and make your claim valid. You
Always
feel me?
remember, it ain't about what's right. It's about
Absolutely.
Excuse me, I just have a question. When is your class?
My class is on Friday next week, beloved.
Friday. What
Yes, ma'am.
time?
At 6:30 Central Time.
6:30. This Friday.
Coming up, yes, ma'am. On the
it ain't
14th.
about what's right. It's about what you can prove.
You said it's Article 9 for statement of accounts.
Demand for statement of account.
Demand for statement. So
Just
I'd be able to demand this statement of accounts within my objection to the journal entry.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, how else you gonna prove you right?
Correct.
You feel what I'm saying, B dog? The demand
Yes.
for, and then when you demand for a statement of account, you want to see both sides of the motherfucking ledger. You want to see the asset and the liability. It's called the accounts payable and the accounts receivable. Anytime they make a book entry security, it's supposed to mirror the other side of the account. Anytime, man, tell people stop fucking playing with you. Ask them 3 questions.
Yeah, man.
3
Hold on.
questions.
Wait, I got this pen. I'm about to get this paper real quick. Matter of fact, I got the back of this receipt. Let me see. Bet. I'm listening. 3 questions.
Who is the owner of the account? Original owner of the account.
Who is the original? Who is the OG of the account?
They gonna say you. I'm finna put my videos back on my page. Tomorrow, y'all gonna see all my banking and all my videos I used to have up. I'm gonna put them back on.
Number 2.
All right. Number 2, what's the principal balance of the account?
What's the principal?
Number 3, motherfuckers finna start shaking.
Get him right.
I'm ready for 3.
Number 3, who does the account identify as the original creditor?
And that would possibly be me.
They're gonna say you.
You always the creditor because you extended the credit for the account to be open in the first place.
I give you a 4th question. This bitch gonna slap you too, in case they don't want to answer one of them. You ready?
Yes.
My application, was it converted into a promissory note?
Was my application? This would apply for a credit union, correct?
This shit gonna apply for anything you're trying to get in the contract with, beloved.
Say
Yeah.
less.
I'm
My
gonna show you. I'm
application.
gonna show y'all my video. The white girl say, "Well, yeah. Essentially, she got into an auto loan and she owes us." I say, "No, She got into an auto loan. Her application was deposited into the account. Y'all went and y'all got the credits from that application, and y'all went and bought the motherfucking car for her, which is why y'all got the title instead of her."
So this
Yeah,
would be illegal conversion.
Listen,
there you go. That's you right there, Wody.
if
That's
you
you
ask,
right there, Wody.
if you ask any car dealership if they got a treasury trust and loan department or
Mhm.
do they have to give their documents to their treasury trust and loan through their underwriter? Everybody talk differently to you.
Hold on. Wait. So are you fashioning that into a question? And if you are, can you reestablish that for me real fast?
My boy over there bitch learning, goddamn it.
I got to, man. I can't waste y'all time.
No, you smooth, bro. I fuck with it. I forgot what he said, but they securitized your shit, Kenfolk.
Yeah, either way, what
Bruh.
I'm trying to say is they securing your interest when you sign.
So the special purpose vehicle.
Yeah, for the
A credit
application.
union can use a special purpose vehicle.
That's what that's a trust. Yeah, absolutely. That's what you're gonna need in order to securitize the anything.
So they can remove it off of their balance sheet
Yes.
and
Yes.
continue to get capital.
Yes.
You know what, bro? I brought it up as a defense, and these jokers sat here and see, I went in as pro se litigant, and so I'm glad I got the opportunity to object.
You
And the
should
most
weigh in as executive trustee. Change your mail to the general post office, to the general delivery of the post office. Stop taking your ass into that courthouse, brother. That don't seem dangerous to you. You
Start
gotta
doing
go where
special
your entity
appearance.
at, and that motherfucker say, "We're gonna appoint you a public defender." You finna give me somebody from y'all side to help me fight y'all? That don't make no
right.
goddamn sense.
You could always do special appearance.
That's
You could
why. That's
always,
what I'm saying. Come
yeah.
in as executive trustee with the notice of special appearance on behalf of that name. Stop showing up and defending yourself like that's you. They not there to. It's not about you.
How would I
It's about
file
the
that? How would I? You said show up as a executive trustee.
You
You
gotta
need a
draw.
trust.
You gotta draw these documents up.
Yeah, you need a trust. You're gonna need to secure interest in the case. You're gonna need to.
See,
You're gonna need to set yourself up.
I got down 7 days before my time to make my
Oh, I ain't got nothing for you then, player. Ain't no microwave business.
that's why, like, what I was trying to say were like a defense that I'd have, because she solely just ruled on the fact that she didn't know of a law that needed
Well,
that
bring
the late
the
notice needed
law
to be
down.
correct. What y'all said, that would be in my court for me to have to uphold whatever evidence I have to prove to her that the late notice would be correct. So I found a case law that was saying repossession in the face of an improper notice would entitle the consumer to wrongful damages. So that, on top of some other documents that, of course, y'all wouldn't have the context of, I feel like I could raise as defenses.
Yeah.
What other document?
And you see us on live again after your case, man. Let us know how it went because
For
that's it.
sure.
You know the thing.
So the securitization part, y'all say that would be adequate to bring up.
Yes, I would ask them the illegal conversion and the securitization. Ask them to produce the original note that started the entire contract. I guarantee you, there's no way ink signature between you and the other individual. That makes the
Right.
contract unilateral. How if it's unilateral, then you owe you.
Okay, so you said I need to demand a statement of accounting so I could see both sides of the ledger showing accounts payable and accounts receivable.
Yes.
And that's in accordance with Article 9.
Yes.
Oh, the UCC, yeah.
You gonna know what you saying when you say that. You gonna know what you talk about when you start.
Okay. So Article 9, Article 9, is there other numbers? Like, is there a dash that goes and then
Hey, we
Go
lead you
read
to the
it.
one. I can't put it in your mind,
Yeah,
beloved.
you go read it.
you
I ain't
said
I
gonna say it.
gave you Article 9. You type in Google Article 9 UCC demand for statement of account, and exactly what I'm talking about is
Oh,
going
bet.
to
Yeah. Too easy. Yeah, I know how to do that. I
Yeah,
just
come
thought
on,
that you
come on.
was given
You
a
should have
specific
had a
number.
VA.
I hear you, brother. I hear you. Come on now.
Go read it.
All right. So Article 9, I demand statement of accounts to see
Mm-hmm.
both sides of the ledger, accounts and receivables, and then go through the 4 questions of who is the original owner of the account, what's the principal balance of the account, who does
You
the
going to court. I don't know if you're gonna be able to get all of this to them people in all of that time. So when you go to court, it's not gonna be
no. I'm just filing the
I
objection.
am.
I'm
Yeah, you can word up. But you heard what I said though? It's gonna
what's
be in the fashion of I am opposed to who is or what is or where is.
Excuse me, I'll see you Friday.
Stand on the claim opposed to asking the question. Yes, ma'am. Truth and now.
I just wanted to say I'll see you Friday and thank you for letting me on your panel.
Oh yes, ma'am. No problem. Absolutely. I appreciate you giving me the opportunity.
You said stand on. My bad. Sorry, Truth. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Truth. Oh, okay,
No,
bet. All right. So you said stand on it by making a claim as I am.
Mm-hmm.
I am what? Like, what are you saying? The follow up behind that?
Them questions. I am the original account owner.
So what you
Oh, and so so not necessarily formulated as a question, formulated as a
You
statement.
can't. You
listen?
don't have enough
Wait,
time. You going to court in a minute.
wait. What you gotta do is you gotta make an affidavit, man. You got to
Mm-hmm.
draw up an affidavit with these and make these as questions. You see what I'm saying? Demand questions in your affidavit, and then you want to go and you want to put it on the record. Go to the county clerk where your court case is at and say you want to put this on that docket. Put it on the docket, your affidavit that you make, or whatever other evidence that you have on the docket, so she can deliver it to the judge before the case, so that you can, when you get there, the judge will already know your stance. You just
Well,
have
that's
to.
the thing. We already in a point where they have granted the plaintiff the ability to put in a journal entry. Now I'm at the point to be able to object their journal entry. So some of this we have already kind of went past the time for me able to do the affidavit. Right now, I'm in the point of just being able to dispute what they're trying to solidify as a court order.
What you would have to do is, like he said, you gotta come with your objective evidence. You can even put your, like I say, you gotta put your objective evidence on the
On the record.
on the record.
Bet. So
Objective.
I still would be able to fashion these questions, or at this point make it a statement within the objection.
I'll
Careful. An objection is you telling somebody you can't put me in this box, and the reason why you can't put me in this box.
So then that would be making it as, instead of a question, I'd be saying I am the original
That's what I
owner
said
of
at
the
the
account.
beginning.
Say
Everything
less.
is I am.
I am the original
You gotta
owner.
understand that though.
So then when it comes down to question 2, it says, what's the
You
principal
figure
balance
out
of the
how to ask or tell them what the statement of account is. That's why you demanded for it, right?
Yes.
All right then. That
I
if
forget
you
it.
don't
He
know
never
that
gives
answer,
it.
that's why you demanded for the statement of account. If they refuse that, judge, I can't even come and properly present myself because they withhold them from me. You got to learn how to slap this shit, bro. You asking these questions only gonna guide you to a certain extent, but this shit got to be your mind, your
Hmm.
heart, your soul. You heard, bro?
No, I feel that. The
They
Most
take
High
it from
got me.
you. Yeah, absolutely. You know he do. You know he do. You
I
know he
appreciate
do.
him putting brothers in the world for me to be able to seek wise counsel from.
Absolutely, beloved. I appreciate you being the type of cuz homie you is, dog. You a fire dude, shit.
Hey, you too, brother. Especially you,
For
Loon.
real
Bro,
shit.
bro,
How you
Loon.
have a magnificent day, goddammit.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Love, y'all fellas. Love, love, love.
absolutely, beloved. Shalom. Peace.
Man, I'm
Peace.
gonna go ahead and drop down and find this Article 9, man. I appreciate it, fellas.
Yes, sir. Get in that Article 9, because you gotta it's gonna be 3, 4, and 8 and 9. It started out as a negotiable instrument, then that motherfucker got converted, sold, securitized, which made it a secure transaction. You feel me?
Said 3, 4, and 8. 3, 4, 8, and 9.
Yes, sir.
4, 8, and 9. So Article 3, Article 4, Article 8, and Article 9.
Yes, sir.
So,
The Julian
ooh,
over there trying
snap.
to do that
So they
trust now.
so they're monetizing the application,
Yes, they did. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's where the credits derived from in the first place.
which then that is what would have made me the creditor. Y'all boys cooking it up on here. I dig it. All right then. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. I see somebody else done came up. Y'all have a good one, man.
Look to you.
Love.
Yeah.
It's a good day.
Somebody just asked me what are the
I
4
like I like when
questions.
people get that
Um,
lighted feeling and they
Yeah,
hear
that's
that.
fine. Hey, he know
Al
what he's doing.
Johnson. Let me can Miss I can't see
Go
your
ahead.
whole name, but if you don't mind, Miss I, can I tell him this 4 questions real quick before
Yeah,
I
I'm not
drop
in a
down?
rush. Yeah.
Okay, great. Al Johnson, 170. If you listening, say the Most High
Go
for
ahead.
me.
Go ahead. Give it to him. He heard you. He got you. Go
All
ahead.
right, bet. So number one, what the messenger gave me as question number one, he said, "Who is the original owner of the account?" Type 1 for me if you got that, Al Johnson. I'm gonna be patient for you now. Al Johnson 170. If you're listening to me, type 1 in the chat if you heard question number 1.
Take off number 2.
Bet. I dig it. All right, we live. We live. Number 2. What's the principal balance of the account? Type 2 when you got that, brother. All right, we'll go with 1. We'll go with 1. Man, I love the cohesiveness the Most High got us on right now tonight. I dig it.
Hey, I'm telling you, man.
All right, let's go with number 3. Who does the account identify as the original creditor? Type 1 again when you got that. I'm going to say it one more time. Who does the account identify as the original creditor? Boy, don't y'all feel a shift in the atmosphere with us? Come on now. Hey, the Most High is bringing wisdom and understanding, humility. Boy.
Come on.
Absolutely.
All right, there we go. Okay, you want to go with 2. You want to go 2 now. We on number 4. I'm about to go ahead and read you number 4, Al. Was my application converted into a promissory note
And deposited. You can say
and
that out.
deposited?
Yeah.
Let me write that on my, cause I don't even have that. Thank you. I'm half stepping.
Messenger, offline, we gotta talk.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And deposited. You got that, Al? I see 1, 2. That was for question number 3, I believe. So let me know when you got 4. You can say 1 or 2 again. It don't matter. And I'm gonna repeat it one more time just in case. Was my application converted into a promissory note and deposited? Let me know when you got it, family.
What's his name? Richie?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Al, what you got going on, man? I dig it. We live, Fox 5. So Al, you got number 4?
It sounds like you got a good moderator here.
Yeah. You got to say that for yourself as well, brother. You've been holding it down pretty good, man. Y'all's way of like the messenger, he got a little flustered with me earlier about this damn loan payment coupon, but I had to understand, and that's why I say like the humility, like we ain't around here just getting easily offended and whatnot.
Right.
And like others that came up, I could see like the frustration, but like they themselves had the wherewithal not to be offended whenever y'all was trying to reestablish, especially like if we like went off task and like kind of diverted away from the trust when that was the main subject. I seen that we were still able to like get pulled back into line without getting offended. And I was so happy to see that like, especially us, majority of us being doggone, people of color, children of the Most High, we tend to get offended so easily with each other. But y'all too have been orchestrating this live in such a way that has carried a level of maturity and humility that, man, we can't do nothing but just sit back and take in what it is y'all got to give. And like y'all said, at the end of the day, we got to put our own heart, soul, and mind into it. But the wise counsel that y'all are giving, man, is definitely appreciated. And I'm so happy to see that the chat has allowed for y'all to instruct. We see y'all, man, the world trying to feminize men in ways where
Mhm.
a man's voice and him commanding the chat ain't being respected. And I just love that we are showing mutual respect to y'all. So, man, Al, you got what you needed. Indeed, Most High praise. I praise the Most High. I'd say I don't know what you were trying to say right there, but definitely you welcome Al, the messenger, Loom. I don't know what I can't see all y'all names, but
It's just
man,
over there,
I
man.
appreciate y'all. Miss I thank you for. I kind of overextended me asking if I could speak, so I thank you for your patience and y'all have a good one. Good night.
You as well, beloved. Shalom.
Yeah,
Shalom.
thank you. Enjoyed it.
Indeed.
Yeah, I had a
Yes, ma'am.
question.
Go
I
ahead.
guess I hope I was listening right. Was his topic related to car repos or something like that? Was I listening off?
It was related to a car loan.
I got you. Okay, good. Because I was right. I was taking notes for that as well. But I wanted to see if there was anything in your knowledge that you may have when it comes to men and related to the documents that you may have studied in relation to the rights of men and child support. What are their? How can they use this in a way, or I guess you would call it, become more informed to help themselves in any type of child support for men that have been
I
drugged
Oh,
through
think
the mud.
please let me take that one.
wow,
So
it's my
child
uncle.
support
I gotta
when
go
it comes
check
to
check.
this. So when it comes to this,
Yeah.
all you child support is a trust itself.
Hmm.
It's a trust that was agreed upon, whether knowingly or unknowingly between the guy and the state, right? Type of
Huh.
deal.
Gotcha.
You want to reestablish that trust and then go back and challenge them as for jurisdiction of the true, you know, I would say owner of the property, which is the child.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? Because who is the true owner? Is it the state or is it you? The state acts as the father because if you had a baby and you wasn't married, who is the daddy? The state only consider married people to actually have children. Everybody else just be a bastard and the state takes a So if you
Or
look,
illegitimate.
yeah, illegitimate. So you have to establish a trust as the father, children as the beneficiary, and go back and challenge their jurisdiction over the child.
I don't think that I've ever heard that before. I think the men would be happy to know that. Yeah.
Yeah, he can get paid for child support. It's all coming out of his estate anyway. Secure his interest over the case, and
It's all
he get.
trust.
Yeah, it's all trust, beloved.
You want to bring the trust is bringing the matter to the court, and
Yep.
you stepping in as trustee. The trustee of the trust is bringing the matter to the court to challenge the jurisdiction of the child support order of the child. You see what I'm saying? That's how you get yourself off.
He could actually even submit the order as a form of collateral to support the obligation for the full amount that the child support order is, and you already know what the full amount is because it's for however much times, however many years. So let's just say when it started, the shit was $1,100 a month. It's crazy work. But let's just say that's what it was. You would do 1,100 times 18. 1,100 times 12, and then that number times 18. Endorse that purchase. Endorse that order for said amount. Make sure it's established as collateral inside of your
Yeah, you want to attach a
specific.
bond to your child support order, and then put it inside of your trust, so that
Yep.
you can then now use it as
Issue it as a form of money.
a form of money each month to the beneficiary.
And so
Yep.
some of the for the guys that were that were found not to be the father over the years, what would be their advantage in this?
Well, they automatically win jurisdiction because they not the father. They don't win jurisdiction, but they automatically win that they're not the father of the child. You talk about if they're paying child support of a child, they're not these.
I'm saying some of the men that they had their money garnished from their job and all that kind of stuff for like 20
Some of
years.
how many
And those
men
were,
she had on child support?
I'm trying to figure out what you mean. Like, is you talking about
I
if
know
they have
I know
children and they're not the father?
no, I'm saying I know of guys that have had have been accused or put in default for child support, and their monies were being garnished and taken over the years, and it came to find out that none of those were their kids.
They
So
gotta
how do
sue.
they get their money back?
What you mean? They gotta sue.
You got to go back and sue the state.
Oh,
Sue the
okay,
state or
okay,
sue her. I mean, that's common sense.
Yeah, you got to.
Gotta
right.
state a claim. If you ain't got no claim, you just ask the fuck out.
Well, some of them were told that because they didn't show up for court, they were put in default, and that was their fault. So they were not eligible to get it back.
This is still a deceptive charge. I wouldn't have been in default if it was a charge brought if there was never a charge brought up against
They
me in
have
the
to
first.
bring up a separate suit. It has to be a separate thing. That's a separate
Okay,
matter.
gotcha. And so this same source can help them as well if they wanted to go that
What's
route. I'm saying the information, so they can come in and learn this.
Beloved, if there's an interest, make a claim, secure it.
Gotcha.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's it. It ain't the specificity of who and how and what. That's hard to deal with. If there is a
Gotcha.
claim, show the interest, secure the interest, perfect it, go to court.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Thank you.
Trust.
Thank you.
One last question. Can I be the grantor and the trustee? It depends on what type of trust it is, beloved. If it's a revocable trust, you're going to be the trust. You can be the trustee, grantor, and beneficiary.
Long as you're the sole.
Yeah, as long as you're the sole.
Long as you're the sole. If you're the sole trustee, grantor, beneficiary, yes.
If it's an irrevocable trust, you want to be either the trustee or the beneficiary, but you can't be both.
Yep.
If you're the grantor of that irrevocable trust, you don't want to be the trustee. Just be the beneficiary. The trustees take care of the beneficiary, who is the grantor. Think of it like this. A living trust is dad, mom, child. Irrevocable trust, and I'm sorry, and the base is supporting the child, until the irrevocable trust forms Now the beneficiaries, the child, they're able to support the base. The diamond forms. So in the irrevocable, the beneficiaries are taken care of, mom and pop,
Yeah, benefit in the irrevocable, the grantor gives up all rights to the property.
all of it.
They don't have no rights to the property at all anymore, irrevocably,
Right.
right? So that's what irrevocable is. So you want to know you want to know which type you want to use when you doing certain business, because certain entities only want to operate with certain trusts. Like some banks and some institutions, they kind of frown upon irrevocable trust, but they're very highly, acceptance of revocable trust. And then you got other places who, like private equity firms and stuff, they like to deal with irrevocable trust because they can become the trustee over the property as well. You see what I'm saying? And irrevocable, like I said, the irrevocable trust, the grantor don't have the no rights to the property anymore. So depending on how much is in an irrevocable trust, how much that property is worth, investment firms, equity firms be more likely to take on, those accounts. So this is why proper administration of how you set your trust up and the way you want to operate is key to success in everything you want to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You want to make sure you ain't just out here doing stuff, man. I know a lot of folk get a hold of this information and immediately started doing shit, but there's no such thing as a microwave blessing, gang. The Most High has the only ability to make one rich suddenly. And in order for that suddenly to happen, you got to put in some work, gang. You know, this shit, it's going to take some time. But once you comprehend this, man, y'all going to be just like us, able to comprehend this stuff and talking to y'all, man. All is well. You ain't did that crazy. You
Yeah.
did.
It's just understanding and operation. Once you understand it, you got to put it in an operation for yourself. That's how you gonna start moving. Like, it ain't nothing. Like they say, use knowledge is good, but applied knowledge is better.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You got to start trial and erroring yourself with this too. Like, start going out, getting experience, talking to financial institutions, banks, private equity firms, trying to move your trust around. You got to get practice doing that stuff.
Yo. Hey, y'all come on stage and holler at us if y'all got some questions or whatever. If not, probably gonna slide. You did. But everything is about trust, man. If you understand everything is about trust, you start looking into these definitions of these words. You can't go do business in China if you don't understand Chinese, you know. So you got to make sure you understand legalese. There's a such thing as a girl's world, guy world, sports world, politic world. It's all different types of worlds. Only one universe. Uni means one. It's only one universe. Many different cosmos or worlds within that universe. And you got to make sure you understand how to operate in said world. Feel me? If you don't know how to operate in said world, it's always a play. Absolutely. I appreciate you being here, beloved. You know? But yeah, if you don't know how to operate in said world, it's going to be very difficult for you to manage yourself, to get yourself together. You dig? But everybody, y'all gonna be straight. Hey, y'all need to get your feet stepping
Yeah.
within this next year.
Y'all gotta start moving. Y'all can't just sit on them trusts. Y'all can't sit on them businesses. Y'all can't sit on that stuff. Start moving that stuff around, like how you would go apply for a car and how you would go apply for an apartment and try to do stuff like that. You need to try to move your trust and move your business the same way.
Righteous. Right. I appreciate you being here, Carly Ray. Is that what the name was? Carla Nicole Faye Faye. I should have just said Faye Faye or Faye. Appreciate you, Faye. But yeah, yeah, man. All to be well. And then my question is, how does one create a bond? Do you know what a bond is?
Yeah, that's the question. That's the
That's
question.
the question. Do you know what a bond is? And this is just simply how I teach. But when somebody asks me a question, I'm gonna ask that motherfucker right back to you to see if you even comprehend what the hell you asking me. If you don't know what you asking me, I don't know what you asking me. So you're saying a bond is a promise to pay. That sounds like a promissory note.
Promissory note sounds like a promise to pay.
That's yeah. So that mean that came off of your head. You ain't went and looked this word up in a Black's Law legal definition, legal dictionary, 1856 Bouvier's dictionary, England banking dictionary.
A bond is what? What do a bond attach to? What is a
A
bond
type of
attached?
investment that requires a loan.
What is what? A bond has to be attached to something to
Hmm.
make it a bond. Everything that's a bond is attached to something that's called real property. That's deemed real property.
I mean, just to keep it flat, a bond is a debt. A bond is a
You
debt.
make a bond. You could turn a bond into a debt with a promissory note because you could
With
attach.
its attachment, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
when you attach a promissory note to the bond, now you got yourself a debt. No, you got what I'm saying? Debt instrument attached to something real. And that's what like a house is. You got the deed of trust and the promissory note go together. They ride together. In every housing transaction, those two gotta ride together and they gotta be signed properly the same way because that's how the money is created. You see what I'm saying? So it's all about that's where the bond is. That's how a bond is. The deed of trust didn't become the bond. You see
Word.
what I'm saying? And that's
Yes.
how you make a bond. But a bond has to be attached to something real. Your birth certificate is a bond. The title to your car is a bond. Those are bonds because they're attached to real property. Promissory notes are written because you are the registered owner or you are the holder of that property, so you can make a note from that bond. You see what I'm saying? Because you have the actual property. And you can deliver the property as goods with the note if need be, if you don't make payments. So, that's how you understand how bonds work a little bit.
Yep, it's about that time. It's been real, fellas. We're gonna see you later, Hope. I think that's what you said your name meant. Hope. No sweat. See you later, beloved. Attention to something real. Wow, wow, yo. Okay, I continue reading. No problem. Wide awoke. But you finna go wide asleep, shawty? Nah. I'm talking shit. But yeah, yeah, no sweat. Shit, if y'all ain't got nothing for it though, you feel me? We finna slide up out of here, man.
Oh yeah, all right up.
Best explanation I've ever heard for that. No sweat. No sweat. Hey, y'all make sure, hey, the people that I be having on my stage, you did the Kingsman. It's gonna be another individual coming in here, the publisher. It's a sister that be on here. Her name is Impressive Ebony. Um Friday, the time is gonna be at 6:30 Central. And the brother, the Kingsman, as well as Ash No Bash. Yeah, make sure y'all follow everybody that be on the stages, man. Catch it when y'all catch it. Shalom, shalom to you and your homes, though. I appreciate all y'all giving us the time, though. Shalom.
Yeah.